A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to A+ English. I'm Mike.
I'm Jiggling.
And we're back with day 2 of our Working as an Infant and Toddler Swim Coach. That's right, a swimming coach or a swimming teacher for wee little babies. So we're talking, 2, 3, 4 years old,
age.
that kind of age. These are not kids who are going to be going to the next Olympics or winning a gold medal at a swimming meet. These are kids who are basically so young, they don't really know what they're doing, but we're trying to make them, I think they're just making them comfortable in the water.
Yeah.
They're still going to have to learn how to, do the front crawl or the backstroke, those types of things. They're going to learn that much later in life, but we're giving them a good, pleasant experience in the water, closing your eyes, putting your head under the water, holding your breath, things like that. That can be scarier for older people. I think if you try to learn swimming when you're 30, it's probably a lot harder to learn than when you're 3 or something like that. Yeah. So that's the idea that we have here. So speaking of infants and toddlers, maybe not as a swim coach, but you do singing, for example. Would you like working with babies or toddlers? Why or why not? Would you teach singing or music to a group of little kids?
No, I don't think I can do it. I mean, it's really difficult to teach an adult.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Even if you can talk to them and communicate and ask them to do things, whereas kids might not do what you want.
Yeah. So, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be patient enough.
Okay. Yeah. No, it takes a certain kind of person.
I get furious quite easily.
Right.
So.
I mean, that my wife, she dances. She teaches dancing sometimes. She has one friend who works with the really little kids.
Wow.
She's really good at it, this friend. Very good at it. But it requires a certain type of person, a certain kind of patience. She enjoys it, whereas I think other people might be a little bored if they were trying to teach that sort of thing. So it does absolutely take a very special person. And these people who teach our little kids how to play sports or swim or read or do art or whatever, they are teachers who deserve special respect and attention because they're doing a difficult job. It might look easy just hanging out with babies all day, but it takes a lot of patience, a lot of intelligence, and a real passion to do it.
So usually they learn quicker.
The kids often learn quicker, that's true, but you'll never really be teaching them sort of interesting high-level stuff, right? Yeah. So the teachers kind of have to be, imagine only teaching A, B, C, D, E, F, G to students, and that's all you teach as an English teacher. It might get a little boring after a while, but some people, they love it, and I always really admire those people because they're doing good work.
Working as an infant and toddler swim coach. Warm-up question. Would you like working with babies or toddlers? Why or why not?
What's difficult about your job?
Babies' feelings are hard to understand. It takes time and experience.
Why do you like your job?
I feel happy when I see my students become brave. One of my students was very afraid of water. With practice, he fell in love with swimming. His parents didn't have to fight with him to take showers again.
All right, let's have a look at our article, and we'll find out more about Tiffany's job being an infant and toddler swim coach. So the interview continues with a question. Here we go, kind of getting into that thing that might make other people not want this job. What's difficult about your job? All right, so what are some of the challenges to being an infant and toddler swim coach? And Tiffany, she says babies' feelings are hard to understand. As we mentioned, they can't talk. I mean, maybe they can say mama, papa, boo-boo, but they're not going to be, teacher, I'm really having trouble with the second stage in this educational. They're not going to talk like that. Right. They're just going to be like, I don't know, but they're going to cry because you don't know what's wrong with them, but they're unhappy. And that's when you need to understand their feelings. And it takes time and experience. And as I said, a certain special gift, I would also say. So yes, that's absolutely true and very different from teaching even slightly older kids who are able to talk and explain and listen and understand. So the next question is, why do you like your job? This might also be, why do you have a passion for this job? And Tiffany says, and this is a great thing that I would not have thought of, I feel happy when I see my students become brave. Okay. I'm sure she has kids who are afraid to let go of the side of the pool, maybe even afraid to get into the swimming pool. But after working with them for maybe just one class or even a few weeks, she sees these kids, they run, they jump into the pool, they put their face under the water, something that they were terrified of doing just a few days or weeks earlier. Now they do very comfortably. They've become very confident, very brave. That must be a really good feeling. All right, talking about babies, Chickalin, babies. How do you guys get along? Are you a fan of the babies? Well, and I mean real human babies, not corgi babies.
Well, babies love me, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because I look like a baby myself.
Because you're so cute.
Maybe.
You look like a doll.
But I used to not like babies very much until my sister had one, her own.
Oh, so you're an aunt?
I am.
Okay.
And I have a nephew whose name is Frey, and he's super cute. And I really do love him. But in general, I don't like kids that much. Okay. For babies.
That's totally fine, and I admire you for saying it. I'm not too different. I like babies as long as the parents are nearby, and I can say, okay, here, take it back. It smells bad. It just did something in its pants or, that kind of thing. And also, I like babies, but I was on a plane not long ago, and there was a crying baby.
I know.
And I wasn't angry. I was really just admiring the parents. Like, how can they sit there? It's driving me crazy. And the kids on the other side of the plane, they have to sit, So that kind of thing, I don't know. It's a tough thing to do. But of course, if you have your own kids, suddenly that would definitely change the situation. And watching kids grow and learn and develop and become little people, that must also be a pretty wonderful thing. For people who are doing that. So, it kind of depends on the person, and at different times of your life, you might feel like, oh, now I'm really ready to have a kid. But yes, we should definitely admire lots of parents. They work super hard at raising good little humans. All right, back to the article. One of my students was very afraid of water. This is what Tiffany says. Definitely a common thing, especially for young kids like that. So this kid was probably screaming, crying, not wanting to get into holding on to mom, just that kind of whole thing, just not wanting to get in the water, almost terrified of this experience that he or she was about to have. And then Tiffany explains, with practice, he fell in love with swimming. There you go. So with practice and spending some time with Tiffany in her class in the pool, he fell in love with swimming. He became a little fish. Basically, his parents didn't have to fight with him to take showers again. Oh, wow. So not only is it the pool he likes, even taking a shower in the bathroom. He's like, yay, water. He has become part shark or something like that. So that's pretty fantastic. All right. Have you ever felt a fear of swimming, either of a swimming pool or out in the ocean or something like that?
Yeah, when I told you, I almost drowned. Yeah, in the stream in Hualien.
Oh, in a stream. Okay. In the stream.
So I was swimming there, and I thought I was gonna die.
Was it very wide or deep or fast?
It was really I could. My feet could touch the ground, but then suddenly I couldn't. Oh. So then I couldn't float. Okay. And then I was like struggling in the water, and then the water came over my head.
And then you start to panic, and it just becomes worse.
Yeah, because I was really stiff.
Right.
And I forgot.
You're breathing really fast, too.
Yeah, and I forgot how to swim.
Yeah.
And someone pulled me up.
It's true. Often panic or shock in the water will kill people faster than just, running out of energy. It's a very unnatural. I mean, we are land animals going back millions of years, right? I mean, it's kind of a crazy thing when you think about it, to go out in water where you could drown and have fun. So some people do it. And I think, as we've talked also, if you start swimming as a kid, the fear factor is much lower. Yeah, I was swimming near Penghu, and I realized the water was pulling me away from land.
That's exactly what happened to me.
And then I started to swim faster, and then you realize you're working hard and you're not really getting close.
Oh, no.
And it was a bit scary. So I just had to kind of calm myself down. And once I got a bit closer to land, the pulling water, the tide, it kind of stopped, and it became much easier.
Good.
But yeah, there are times when you can be out there in the middle of the water with nothing to hold on to, nothing to stand on, and it can be scary, which is why swimming classes are super, super useful, and I would say even important or life-saving.
What kind of person would be a good infant and toddler swim coach? Any advice for them?
They need professional certifications. They must also love children and teaching. This is very important. Babies are helpless, so we must take care of them with love.
All right, back to the article. Here's another question for Tiffany. What kind of person would be a good infant and toddler swim coach? Any advice for them? Well, first of all, as we've already talked about, they have to know how to swim. But not only that, they probably have to be really good swimmers, and they have to take a class. As Tiffany says, they need professional certifications. So you can't just decide today, I'm going to be an infant and toddler swim coach, and start giving classes tonight. No, because you're doing it without a license. You're doing it illegally. And if someone gets hurt or, worse, you could end up going to jail or something. This would be a very bad thing. So like many things, becoming a teacher, becoming a driving teacher, becoming, anything that you're doing where some danger is involved and people are learning and they could, get in trouble, you need a professional certification. In other words, you need a license. So you probably have to take a class, pass a test, and then you get the license. And maybe every few years you have to take the test again to show that you're still, keeping up your job and your responsibilities. So that's clear. So you need to get a license or a professional certification. And then she says they must also love children and teaching. Well, obviously, if you don't like kids and you don't like teaching, not the job for you. This is very important, she says. Babies are helpless, so we must take care of them with love. So absolutely. It's part swimming teacher, part lifeguard, and also part babysitter, right? Because you have to make sure the kids are having fun.
Well, it's a difficult job.
It is. Yeah, very difficult. All right, so there we go. And as we said, Tiffany is probably teaching them some pretty simple swimming, just, closing your eyes, putting your head under the water, holding your breath. But as they get older, up to 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, that sort of thing, they'll learn some more proper swimming styles. Do you know these swimming styles and the English names for them?
We have freestyle, the 4 basic ones.
Yes.
And the breaststroke one.
Freestyle, or front crawl.
对，就是自由式。第一个是自由式。
Yep.
And then backstroke.
Backstroke, just flip on your back and basically do the same thing.
That one looks so easy, but it's so hard to do.
It can be hard, but it's also good to know, because if you're ever out in the ocean, that's the easiest one to do, because you don't have to hold your breath so much. Okay.
And then butterfly.
Butterfly, that's the hardest one to do.
蝶式,
yeah, often kids don't learn that because you need to be quite powerful. You need strong chest and shoulder muscles to do the butterfly. And of course, you're doing that weird dolphin kick as well. And then breaststroke, that was my favorite.
Yeah,
so you're
that's
kind
my
of,
favorite too.
Parting the water with your hands, doing that frog kick, we used to call it.
蛙式.
When I was on a swimming team as a kid,
yeah.
the breaststroke, I came in second. That was my best result. And then front crawl, I think I was like 4th or 5th.
You're so good.
Well, no, I was like 8 years old.
Wow.
Or something. So I always like the breaststroke. That would be my favorite one. But anything you can do is good. How about side stroke? Do you know side stroke?
I've heard of that, but I'm not sure I don't know how to do it.
They also say that's a good one because it keeps your head out of the water. So if you fall out of a boat or something, that's a good one to do. It's easy. I'll show you how to do it. All right, that's all the time we have, but Chicolin has much more for us, so don't go away.
OK， 所以一开始我们讲到这个 feelings 就是我们小 baby 敏感的情绪，所以如果伤害到谁的感情，情绪就可以说的 hurt someone's feelings。我可以讲 I didn't want to hurt his feelings, so I didn't tell him the truth。因为怕伤害到他，所以就没有讲实话了。那我们看另外一个句子哦 ，It's easy to hurt people's feelings when you say something mean。说话刻薄呢，你就很容易伤到别人的感情。那我们刚刚有提到 afraid 这个是害怕的，会不会怕水啊？所以 be afraid of something 就是害怕什么？所以比如说你怕黑吗？ Are you afraid of the dark？ 或者是 Are you afraid of heights？ 或者是 I'm afraid 你放在前面后面加一个句子，代表恐怕或不好意思。我们通常拿来表达婉拒哦，比如说 I'm afraid I don't agree with you， 恐怕我没有很认同你的讲法。那我们看另外一个句子Jaden is afraid of heights, so he never takes an airplane. Jaden 因为太怕高了，所以没有搭过飞机。那我们刚刚有说到 advice 这个字就是建议，大家注意哦，是不可数名词，所以一个建议就是 a piece of advice。那如果是一些建议呢，就是 some advice。比如说 Could you give me some advice on what to wear？ 或者是它的动词就是把 C 改成 S 就好了，变成 advise someone to do something。比如说 The doctor advised him not to drink too much。 那我们再看另外一个句子 I have a problem, can you give me some advice？ 我有一些问题耶，我有一个问题，你可不可以给我一些建议呢？那我们刚刚也有看到 take care of 这个就是照顾的意思，它的三态是 take, took, taken。 那么有时候除了照顾当处理的意思也 OK 哦，比如说 Don't worry about it, I'll take care of everything。 哎呀，不用担心啦，我会把一切都处理好的。那么看一下句子，这边是当照顾的意思。I take care of John's dog when he goes on vacation. John 去度假的时候呢，我就会照顾他的狗狗。那我们刚刚看到 fall in love with something or someone， 这个就是爱上某一个人，爱上某一件事物。所以如果两个人很热恋或恋爱，就是两个人然后加一个 be 动词 in love， 或者是 madly in love， 就可以代表很热恋的感觉。比如说 They've been together for 20 years and they are still madly in love。 他们已经在一起20年了，还热恋期耶。 OK， 所以是今天所有的单字，大家都不要忘记练习哦。
Review time.
All right, so we have a quick review to do before we wrap things up for today. Our new words in today's article or interview were feelings, afraid, advice, and take care of. Are you ready to do a quick game of definitions?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to give you some definitions or descriptions of the word and its meaning, and you have to tell me which word I am talking about.
Okay.
Okay? The fruits of my wisdom. The fruits of my wisdom.
Of your wisdom.
Yes.
你智慧的果实
Pearls of wisdom.
Okay, I got it. Advice.
Advice. Exactly. My wisdom is sort of my life experience.
Yes.
And the fruits of it would be the best of my experience or my advice. Emotions.
Oh, I don't want to hurt your emotions.
Well, please don't.
Your feelings.
My feelings. Yeah,
Aw.
emotions. Your sort of psychological mood or state or something like that. To tend to nurture, to make sure that nothing bad happens to something because it's my responsibility if it does and I don't want to get in trouble by making a mistake.
To take care of something.
I'm taking care of something, exactly. It's my responsibility. I'm taking care of it. I don't want anything to go wrong because if it does, I'm in trouble.
Oh.
And I am terrified or frightened or this is something I really, really don't like or really, really don't want to happen.
Then it's afraid.
I'm afraid you're right, which is a weird expression
right.
because I'm happy that you're right.
Yeah, you're
No,
supposed
that's
to be.
good. It's good that you're right because that means you got 4 out of 4. Well done.
Thank you.
You win a prize. I'm not sure what the prize is. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Be safe out there. Take care of yourselves, especially when you're in the water. And we'll see you back here soon. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.
Magic Box.
Ho ho ho！ 圣诞节又要到了，Listen, it's my song！ 赶快听哦，店里面竟然在放我的歌耶！哎呀，毕竟是圣诞节哦，当然要放我 Mariah Carey 的那首歌咯。我的歌， 你的书本，他的苹果，英文里面要怎么说这些你的、我的、他的呢？首先呢，我们要先复习一下了。你、我、他如果当主词呢 ，I, you, he or she， 这些呢你一定都非常熟悉了。但是呢，就像中文，我们会加上一个的 ，OK， 英文里面呢也有相对应的不同单字来表示了这些所有格。现在呢，就让我们一起来认识它们喽。什么时候要用所有格呢？其实跟中文一样啊，要表示谁的就要用所有格。我的英文呢就说 my， 你的 your， 他的呢一样呢有分男生女生哦，以及这个非人类的。男生的他呢我们就说 his， 他的；女生的他呢我们就要说 her。那非人类的呢，像是这个动物啦，我们就说 it。讲到这里呢，都是单数的状况咯。如果说是复数的状况呢，我们、你们、他们 we, you, they， 所有格呢也是不一样的哦。我们的呢就要说 our， 你们的一样是 your。至于他们的呢，我们就要说 their。这些所有格后面呢，就可以加上东西，表示谁的什么东西。例如啊 ，My song is popular， 我的歌很受欢迎 ，My song is popular。或者是呢，你的书本呢放在桌上了 ，Your book is on the table， 你的书本在桌上 ，Your book is on the table。可以借用一下你的笔吗 ？May I use your pen？OK， your pen， 你的笔，要表示所有就要用所有格咯。那这个所有格啊，只有你的、我的、他的吗？想一想哦，有没有时候会说到，比方说这个小美她家啦，汤姆的笔啦，老师的书啦，这些不是用代名词来代替的时候，应该要怎么说呢？哇，就在后面呢加上一撇 s， 就形成所有格咯。像是呢汤姆的，我们呢就说 Tom's，OK，Tom 后面加上一撇 s，This is Tom's pen， 这个是汤姆的笔。或者是呢，我们可以说 Have you been to May's house？ 你有去过 May 他们家，有去过 May 的房子吗？听说他买新房子了。讲到这边啊，希望呢你也把这个所有格的用法变成你的咯。